I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Tropical Gangsters podcast, Corona version. And basically, we want to talk about, all this coronavirus topic, how it has affected people, their business, their mindset, and maybe a little bit about at least our country, and just have a conversation. And I guess this has really revealed how fragile everything is. It's like standing on a on a really thin thread.
Yeah, like a really thin sheet of ice.
Yeah,
At least for the traditional businesses.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, from my side, it's just it's crazy. Most of the economy is sitting down on this super thin thread that one little virus. I mean, I say little because there could be much worse, right? It could destroy everything. So I guess it's just it really teaches us how we have to be prepared for these kind of things. We say, oh yeah, one day in 100 years something like this can happen, or an asteroid, but in a year something like this can happen and people aren't prepared.
Yeah, 100%. Something that really, really brought to my attention is how fragile and how dependent we are to so many things, and how sometimes we think that materialistic stuff is what matters, but at the end of the day, in this situation, you really, know that there are other things that are more important, such as family, health, relationships with the people that you work with, the relationships with people that you surround yourself with. And at the end of the day, that's what you can keep, right? You can keep a friendship forever, but sometimes, situations are going to happen. But something that I also realized is the fact that a lot of people were so, let's say, focused on kind of the old-fashioned style of business that they just, got hit. It was just like a knockout, boom, you just got to the floor, try to, get back, but just can't. So, a lot of businesses had been, really struggling. Even ourselves, it's impossible to say we were not hit at some point. This is affecting the market. So if it affects the market, it's going to affect you. So this has really just make me realize the importance of depending less on governments, depending less on let's say works, or finding multiple income streams, and just finding a way where you can have control on your life and find out ways to keep making money even though you're not in a specific specific place.
Yeah, and for me also this is going to cause a huge evolution on businesses, because for example, even though if a lot of people can have 100% offline business, now they are realizing that they should have a backup online, because if not, something like this will cause a terrible some problems for their business.
And also I feel humans need these kind of events for them to take action, because it's in the movies, the planet is about to freaking collapse because of pollution or something like that, and humans move their ass and change their circumstances or take action, but it's not until they are with their backs against the wall.
Exactly.
And I feel this is, honestly, it's a great opportunity for everyone. And maybe in the short term it's going to be super painful for people economically, but in the long term it might allow them to reinvent themselves. Exactly. So yeah, I mean humans are always like that. And also if you think about it, for health, if you've been eating crap all your life, you never exercise, and then they tell you, hey man, you have cancer, you're like, holy crap. And now you start working out, and now you start eating. I guess that's what people gotta do, but also professional, right? People know they have to start their own business, right? It's the best option, but people don't.
Yeah, they don't take action on this.
They are forced.
Yeah, they're forced, or they're between not the sword and the wall. It's just between the sword and the sword, because you either move or you
die.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and something really, really important what you said about health and about just taking action. This has, with a lot of people that I've been, talking about, all of them, they talk to me about, how this has allowed them to be more conscious about how they live their life, their relationship with, if they have a girlfriend, if they have a wife. Of course, there are people that they became closer, but there are people that are going to go apart. Mm-hmm. But what I really like to, be, I'm not a pessimistic, so I really like to think that everything happens for a reason, and that reason is for you to grow. And you can either choose to, drown in your own sorrows, or just, rise like a phoenix and just make whatever you want happen. Because, and this has happened, like proven in many, many crises. Like, for example, the last one, 2018 and 2008, how many people just became rich.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same principle. Yeah, some people are gonna see this as something bad, which it is bad, but at the same time, it's a great way to finding new opportunities for you, your businesses, and your loved ones.
Yeah, exactly, man. This is like on my side, for me, I've learned like so many things about like this. Generally speaking, I mean, it's like the concept that we always talk about, the chain, right? This pandemic is literally just a piece of that chain. Yep. And it's gonna be probably one of the most important pieces ever, because if everything is normal, it's like, it doesn't change drastically, but for me, for instance, it could be that little piece that was missing to maybe take my fitness goals to the next level, right? Or maybe it's like when we said we saw that this thing was going to start going, for the long term. We said, dude, let's just start like creating more content, start taking more action. And I some of my friends told me like, hey man, like has this affected your business? And what are you doing? And basically I said, like, I mean, it has affected in some cases. Like, for instance, we speak to a client, hey man, right now I don't want to spend money. But at the same time I said, it's actually helped, not because of the virus, but because for us, we just said, dude, we gotta 10x everything we're doing.
Yeah, no other option.
Yeah, so actually, I mean, this month sales are up, and it's not because of the virus. It's because we took action.
Yeah, it was just like that trigger that made us like take bigger actions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, just like a situation like this, what actually forces you to do is planning and executing differently. Mm-hmm. So we just didn't cut what we were doing. We just paused, regrouped, and just executed in a let's say parallel manner. And at the end of the day, like people right now, the best way that they can make money is online. Like if they're like locked up, or even if the countries are going to start opening up, why you shouldn't try an online business? Or if you have a business, why don't you try to have an online sales channel to either get clients, to sell products, to subscribe people to whatever service you have. And at the end of the day, these are the opportunities that only come once in a lifetime. Again, like I think we've talked about many times during the podcast that sometimes people just take action when the trend is going downwards instead when it's going upwards, right? And even in Shopify, we read this, right? That they're basically expecting, not expecting, they're actually going right now through Black Friday traffic season. So it's kind of incredible that we're in the middle of this stuff and people are just going nuts buying things online.
Yeah. It's like it's exactly that. Like when people are in a situation where it's I don't do something, I literally don't eat anything, because if you don't have a job, for instance, then and you're living paycheck to paycheck, you have 30 days, right? So you say, okay, in 30 days I need to make something. But the thing is, most people are like, no man, but I don't wanna create content, or man, I'm not a very techie person. Oh, but with coronavirus, you're super techie, right? And you create a lot of content. So it's not that people don't have the skills, it's just that they don't have a reason. They don't have enough pain, in my opinion. I believe that corona is just a massive amounts of pain for people, and that translates into action because of necessity.
And also, like nowadays, I think that people have more time than ever just like to start doing this, because, for example, a lot of like companies are just like promoting that work from home. So a lot of people is saving tons of hours. I remember like a friend of mine like told me that, yeah, man, I don't think that I'm gonna do this because I need like to spend like 3 hours a day going from my job and then from my job to my house. Now they are saving all those hours. So what are you going to do in those hours? For me, it's like the best opportunity right now, like just for yourself, like to start learning new things and adapt to the situation.
For sure, yeah. Just to chime in on your comment, like a lot of companies are now switching to like working from home.
Yeah.
So that's another great opportunity for people to leverage not only with their current jobs but also developing new projects, because again, like you have more time, you have more hours, and even if you dedicate 1 hour, just translate 1 hour in a year, you have like 365 hours of something that you didn't do just because I'm going to put this in my calendar and I'm going to do it whatever it takes. It's kind of the same thing that we were doing. Like for 30 days, this challenge that we imposed to ourselves, like literally self-imposed. Like we were just like, this is a great idea. Let's just do it. And bro, like we were days that we were super tired. There were days that even like we needed to do the workout, and it was like, no man, let's do the workout and let's do the recording. So it's just a matter of at the end of the day, again, something that has shown me it's kind of like a refresh on the discipline that you need to have on yourself, and not allowing kind of that little devil on you know on your head that it's telling you that, oh yeah, you can do that tomorrow. No, just relax. Fuck that. Let's just do it, because if I don't do it, I don't feel that I did my part. So even like just allowing yourself, putting yourself out there, like guys, like believe me, like we record content, but we don't do like this 30-day challenges like really often. And it was just like at some moment it was like a little bit out of your comfort zone, because you had to sit down, plan everything ahead, make sense of what you're gonna be telling every single day. And it's just like, again, like a proven concept that you just have to take massive imperfect action. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's also going to be good, because it's going to be there. And at the end of the day, if you know what you're doing and if you're providing value, who cares? People are going to like you anyway.
Yeah, the important thing here is just like to start massive imperfect action.
Yeah, man. Like also something I decided that I wanted to learn like a new skill in the Corona time, right? So I said, man, like that's where I really like got a lot of interest in like in investing and stuff, because I said like, I mean, I don't know, I just see it like a piece of chain. Right now I'm a complete newbie, right? But maybe in 20 years I'm not gonna be a newbie, and I'm gonna look back, I'm gonna say, when did I start? I started this time, right? Maybe I sucked back then, but right now I know that a lot. Maybe if this virus thing hasn't appeared, I wouldn't have had interest in that. So it's like everything, in my opinion, happens for a reason, and you can make it either good or bad.
Exactly.
And also something I wanted to say is that, like, more practically speaking, like strategy wise, I feel it's like this just proves how bad of a move it is to depend on one single thing. Like, for instance, not only on offline business, but I'm also thinking about if you have, let's say, a food business in Costa Rica, it's offline, and you just serve Costa Rican customers. You like, if this country goes well, you are out. But it's like, at least for us, like, our clients are from so many different countries around the world. We don't really run operations in Costa Rica. We don't have like all these, like, we're physically here, but I mean, you know what I mean? So basically,
we just have 20 offices here. So
yeah, we have the
and just to chime in with that's the power of the internet. Like, you don't need to have let's say, like, a physical office unless you really want to or you need to. And man, like, there are countless people all over the world that are looking for a job, or someone that is just willing to prove themselves. And that's the exact same thing that we did at the beginning, and that's what, like, we're just leveraging. Instead of, for example, Costa Rica has like 5 million people, or population, 5 million population. How big is the world? Like, we're talking about more than 2 billion, 3 billion people.
Like, why do you need to start in Costa Rica? Exactly. Like, if someone, dude, this is what I was thinking today. I'm like if someone, like, starting a business in Costa Rica, in my opinion, is a horrible move. Like, if you have the option to go and worldwide, like, why are you gonna limit yourself to one country?
It's super scalable with an online business.
Yeah,
you're not limited by the demographics.
Yeah, and especially if it's offline. If you tell me, hey man, it's an online business in Costa Rica, I would probably tell you, do it online and worldwide. If it's offline and in Costa Rica,
it's gonna be harder. Like, you're stuck to the market.
I mean, you're screwed.
You're stuck to the market, and and of course, every single country is going to be different. So that's why we talk about Costa Rica.
Yeah.
That's the closest example that we can talk about with assurance. But I really see that the versatility of internet. It's what amazes people. That's what amazed us when we were starting, and the fact that we can work with, like you said, like, people from all over. Like, we can talk about people from North America, South America, Asia, Africa, Europe, Asia. It doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, like, for example, yesterday I was talking to a guy, Australian dude from Thailand.
Yeah, dude, he's in Thailand. They have their own problems. You're in Costa Rica. We have our own problems, but you can still connect.
Exactly.
And you can still do business. But that's because you made a choice to go online, etc. I'm also like super stoked about what we're doing with the health thing.
Yeah. Because
what we're doing, like, generally speaking, is we're focusing on the health niche, right? But we decided to do it digital. not physical. We've done a lot of physical products before, but right now we're deciding to go digital, basically, like only. So this is like health is massive. Digital, dude, if there's a pandemic and people stop and people stop shipping, no, and if people stop shipping on airplanes and everything, it doesn't matter, dude. Everything is digital. And at the same time, you can have customers from every single country in the world. You can still be in your house. So it's just like, in my opinion, like figuring out how can you become bulletproof to any recession? How can you always be in business even if everyone is out of business? And also, you know, like positioning yourself to succeed and not be like
bad situation. Yeah, stuck into the ground. And that's what I was really just like thinking, like, there's so many people out there that they have the tools, they even have the money to invest, but they just don't take the step forward just because of fear.
Yeah.
And even people that they don't have those resources, they're more willing to, let's say, step up and commit to trying, or not trying, like really committing to a new life. And they just do. So, you know, like, again, like for those who are watching, like, don't be afraid. Like, don't be afraid, because if you're afraid, you're going to be stuck in the same situation. And unless you make radical decisions and you change the formula of your life, you're just not going to change.
Yeah, and also I think that people need to be like more open-minded with that, because a lot of people were like super skeptical before the coronavirus and all of that stuff. Like, yeah, man, online business doesn't work. Why I'm going to have like an online store for my business or whatever? Then the virus came and everybody is like, yeah, man, I need a store for my business.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do right now. So I think it's just like to be open-minded, like just to be open to those opportunities and just like take the decision to take action there.
Mm-hmm. Or you can also like, guys, quick pause. If you're finding this episode valuable, be sure to go to tropicalgangsterscall.com to schedule a call with us to see how we can help you out. Tell us what you're struggling with, what you want to achieve, and we'll create a personalized game plan for you. So go to tropicalgangsterscall.com and hope you keep enjoying the episode. Like future pace, like this, I always like to like future pace things. Like for instance, I say, okay, if a freaking asteroid hits the Earth, what's gonna happen? Everyone's gonna panic. This is gonna happen. Then I can think. I go back like to my business and I say, okay, how
is it going to affect my business?
How is it gonna affect, and how can I prevent that from affecting? Like even dude, I was even thinking about. I'm a really crazy person. I was thinking about it. Like, what if, you know, you've seen the movie World War Z? Well,
yeah.
You haven't seen it.
I have.
You see it? Okay, what if we're in World War Z? What would you do? Like I've thought about that so many times. I'm like, dude, I would have like a farm in the middle of nowhere, and I would have like a freaking bunker, and I already know like everything, and I think that's what people ought to do with their business.
Yeah.
Because it can happen, dude. Like,
It can happen. Like, again, like, it's not being pessimistic. It's just like thinking ahead.
no, it's not pessimistic at all. It's just being prepared.
Being prepared. Yeah. Like, if you're not prepared and if you don't plan, anything can happen. So.
Or also, it's like if you decide to go for health insurance, right? It's not that you're pessimistic. It's that, dude, what happens if I get hit by a drunk driver, man?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think that this also like is going to make people realize that they need to also adapt to the situations, because a lot of people, they just like start thinking like, okay, yeah, the virus, I'm done. I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
So, but actually I was talking with Fabian this morning that I was reading that Airbnb, they needed to make 250 millions on refunds, just on refunds, totally refunds.
Holy
yeah, because
shit.
of the corona thing. So imagine if Airbnb says like, yeah, man, I'm going to be out of business, let's stop this. They didn't do that. They just saw like the opportunity to see how they can adapt and all that stuff. So
More trust.
exactly, I think that this is going to make people also like just like figure out that how they can adapt to things, because this can happen, and this time it happened once, but it can happen again, like I don't know how many years or another like similar situations. So you need to learn how to adapt to all those situations.
Yeah.
With your
Like,
business.
this can be applied to anything. Now it's health. Before it was the economy, which is worse than now. Before oil, like before petrodollar. So there are like a lot of different things. There's always going to happen like something.
In the next 100 years, there's gonna be 10 more.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I've actually been reading this really cool book about investing, and what they say is there's always gonna be ups and downs. And if you're very emotional and it gets to your head, you're always gonna make bad choices.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh shit, it's going south, let's sell. Or it's going up, let's buy more. And maybe it's pure emotional. And also,
Yeah.
like if you're running ads, it's like, oh, everything is going to crap, let's pause the
Let's
ads.
stop it.
Let's save money. But maybe you have to advertise even more there.
Yeah, 100%.
And these very successful guys that I've been reading in the book, they're like super chill. Like they are, if shit goes south, they always keep this like long-term mindset, like that we don't gotta take emotional decisions right now. Let's keep chill and I don't know.
They just see it part of the process.
Yeah, it's like fascinating to see how these people think.
Yeah, like they don't make decisions based on fear, because if you make decisions based on fear, you're allowing something external to really
To control it.
yeah, exactly, to control you, and at the end of the day, just affect your decision making. Which in this specific moment, it's the worst time to make decisions based on fear. Like right now, this is the time that you should be thinking cold blooded, and it can be hard for some people, but like sometimes you just have to find it upon you. And it's kind of the example, like if you were, for example, in a relationship with anyone that you think it's not good for you, it's the exact same shit. You just have to just get it out of your life and really just make decisions based on situations, data, and of course things that you can leverage. Because if you can't use business to leverage anything, it's going to be harder, because you're always going to be stuck to a specific, let's say, a demographic or a specific even business model.
Yeah.
So I really believe, I'm a firm believer that the internet has allowed a lot of people to build things like from the center. And that's, like we did it. Like this podcast is the exact same thing. It just came out one of idea, just boom, let's do it. And that's kind of the mindset that has to go behind. I only fail until I stop. So if you don't stop, you don't fail. So if you have that mindset, you're going to be bulletproof.
And figuring things out, because if you're willing to figure things out and you're like, okay, right now I don't know anything, but I'm willing to learn and fail and learn and fail.
Yeah,
It's
be
like,
resourceful as well.
Yeah, be resourceful. Yeah, because it's not like someone is gonna come and tell you, hey man, here's the blueprint to build your business. Go ahead, buy it.
And a lot of people are expecting that.
Oh, most people.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Most people.
Winning product,
Winning ad.
winning funnel.
Yeah, like people feel they're like entitled to receive everything from the universe, and they don't
Yeah.
deserve shit. Honestly, like most people don't deserve shit. That's the reality. Like people have to go and
get it.
yeah, like if you're getting it, if you're taking action every single day for 5 years, maybe you're entitled to earn some shit, right? But the truth is, if you haven't done anything, you haven't taken action, then why are you like expecting to make 10K a month, or like why are you expecting to have this super successful mentor help you if you haven't even tried? Like you know what I mean?
No, yeah, and of course, and even worse, complaining about someone that is trying, and complaining about someone who is willing to to take the challenge and take the risk. Because for me, it's kind of, and this is kind of my mindset. Like I don't judge people because I don't care. Number one, but the best way to challenge people's character is once they fail and how they rise from that fail, because that's the attitude that's going to really put you to either the next step forward or the next step backwards. So like you can't judge people's character when they're winning.
Yeah.
You have it's not, I'm not saying that you have to, but you really you like that will be shown once you see, for example, like someone like fails or tries something that doesn't work, and then boom, it's not like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna curl up into the floor and I'm gonna feel sad. Oh my God, poor me. Oh, I don't know, I spent $500 on Facebook and I didn't.
I need a winning product.
Yeah, I need a winning product. Like there are different ways, and that's kind of a victim's mindset.
Dude,
Yeah, exactly.
the freaking winning product mentality really pisses me off, dude.
And it's the same mentality for everything.
The
A winning
winning
ad
product.
set, a winning product, a winning service, a winning offer.
Yeah, winning. It's like winning the lottery.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the winning lottery, now it's online. Winning product, winning funnel, one funnel away, all this shit.
Yeah, man.
Dude. I mean,
Yeah, or what guarantees are you giving me if I, work
$500, can you guarantee I'm gonna become a millionaire? Yes, yeah,
In
man.
2 days, please.
2 days. This is ridiculous. Well, would be cool to share like what are your top lessons for people or advice that they can do forward? Why don't we start by you?
By me? Well, I have several, of course. Like, just take this time to be more conscious about, nature, family, work, your time. Really important. Take your time to be alone. I'm not saying that just, be a loner. No, just take your time to be alone, because that's at least how I get the best ideas, and that's how I've been able to, let's say, overcome a lot of different things because right now, like we're so, let's say, like stormed but by so much crap that you don't even know what's true and what's a lie. And like at least what we did, like we have a solid internet connection, but we don't have cable. And we took that decision because we don't want to, be bombarded with, tragedies and fake news and situations that are not going to empower us. Contrary, we're looking for ways that, like we can elevate what we want, and again, just be disciplined. Like you can't succeed if you're not disciplined. Like you will never be successful if you don't learn that you're gonna fail. But you have to learn from those failures, and it's kind of having an entrepreneur's mindset. Like that's the complete opposite of what we are all teaching. Traditional education, because like they punish mistakes. In contrary, we actually encourage mistakes.
ASAP.
Yeah, fail fast,
Learn
learn
fast, fix fast, succeed fast.
Yeah, that's the way, man. Just forget about fear. Of course, we all have fears, and I'm not saying that I'm fearless. No, of course, I'm afraid of stuff, but I don't allow that to control myself, my mindset, and the things that I want to achieve. Because if not, I'm gonna have an anchor for the rest of my life, and I don't want that. Like, that anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I mean, like, it's just about taking the time to work in yourself, improving yourself. Like nowadays is the best time that you can get started with this. I mean, like some people see this like as a problem, but the best way I see it is just as an opportunity, like to just like improve yourself and just also like be more aware of everything that is happening around yourself. Because a lot of time people just, I mean, they don't, of course they cannot like forcing this or something like that, so they are just like focused on one thing, and maybe they are not aware of what is happening around themselves, and they might be losing opportunities or something like that. So yeah, for me it's just about taking the time to work in yourself, and yeah, it's the best time to get started with this. Time is now anymore an excuse. Money is not. We have a lot of free content that you can get started with. So yeah, for me it's the best time that you can get started with this.
If people don't start, it's because they don't want.
Exactly. Yeah.
Literally. And they don't have to pay a dime, honestly. Dude, if all you do is learn, on YouTube, and you watch 5 videos a day, and you improve your skills on a specific topic, and
YouTube University.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and from my side, I would say, well, several things. Of course, create an online business. That's in my opinion the best type of business, online business. I feel, I don't know, man. I just really love digital products now. I'm a big fan of digital products. I would suggest people start with digital. I mean, it's just like what I personally prefer these days, but of course, physical work. I feel, if people are starting out and they sell digital, it's like a bigger, less problems overall.
Yeah, less variables to take care of.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that all the other things don't work, but also create your business in a way where you're not depending from one location, or you're not attached to one country. This is a big one. Because it might, like for instance, Italy, right? What if we live in Italy and we only serve people in Italy? We are screwed. While other people, I don't know, let's say in Costa Rica, it's not such a big deal. I mean, like, there's not so many people dying and things like that. But the point is, like, sometimes a location can go really bad, and another one doesn't have to be that bad. So if you diversify your countries where your customers are at, it's like creating a worldwide business, and kind of like always thinking, how can I become bulletproof? How can I become bulletproof to anything? To a recession, to a virus, to people screwing me over, or and when things go bad, you're not too bad. You're not that bad. Yeah. And yeah, like David said, a little bit of what you guys said. I mean, comfort zone, getting out of the comfort zone.
Exactly.
No excuses, no winning product mentality, none of that stuff.
Yeah, and I have a really good one. Give back. This is the great time, for you guys to give back. And, if you're finding this podcast valuable, just, share it over with, share the love, friends, family, boyfriend, girlfriend, doesn't matter. This is actually the reason why we do it. And, we're not going to stop. For a second, we got a little cold because of the situation, but F that, we're going forward. The Tropical G's are back and harder than ever, man.
Yeah. Right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Appreciate your attendance or watching our podcast. If you liked it, subscribe. If you want to work with us or learn more about what we're doing, how we can help you out, go to tropicalgangsterscall.com. Right there. Schedule a call with the G's. I will see how we can help you out. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.
See you in the next one.
Strong like a tree.
Alright guys, if you found this episode valuable, be sure to go to tropicalgangsterscall.com to schedule a call with the Tropical Gangsters and see how we can help you out. Tell us which business model you're in, what you're struggling with, and we'll see how we can help you out with a personalized game plan for your business. tropicalgangsterscall.com. Hope to talk to you soon. Peace. Peace. Boom.